When the Space Shuttle Discovery lifted off into the first gray ribbon of morning light above the Kennedy Space Center on February 3, 1994, it carried the American and Russian space programs into the first moments of an entirely new journey, on a passage that would have seemed beyond all likelihood even a decade earlier. Included among the crew of the STS-60 mission, the 60th flight of the Space Shuttle program, was Sergey Krikalev, a Russian cosmonaut. Krikalev's launch aboard the shuttle marked the first time the United States and Russia had ever allowed their citizens to travel into space together. From the very start of the space age, the two countries' bitter Cold War antagonism had found particularly trenchant expression in the achievements of each nation's space program. But in the years following the collapse of the Soviet Union, the United States and Russia sought out areas in which they could collaborate, and the prospect of cooperative ventures in space quickly solidified into the U.S.-Russian Cooperation in Human Spaceflight Initiative. NASA and the Russian Federal Space Agency worked together to prepare their astronauts and cosmonauts for shared spaceflights and collaborative research. Krikalev's successful flight aboard Discovery would smooth the way for a period of unprecedented cooperation. On the American side of the equation, STS-60 was commanded by Charles Bolden, whose crew, in addition to Krikalev, included pilot Kenneth Raitler and mission specialists Jan Davis, Ronald Sega, and Franklin Chang Diaz. During the flight, the crew carried out a program of experiments which included the first ever in-flight medical and radiological experiments to be jointly designed and conducted by researchers from the US and Russia. Krikalev expertly carried out the program of activities he had been assigned, and got along well with his American counterparts, with whom he had trained for months prior to the flight. STS-60 was the cosmonaut's third career trip into space, and on each of his previous flights, he had proven his skills as both a space explorer and as an ambassador of international goodwill. He had served 5 months aboard the Mir space station during his first space mission, launched in November 1988. During his stay, French cosmonaut Jean-Luc Chrétien became the first citizen of a country other than the US or the Soviet Union to make a spacewalk. Krikalev also served with international cosmonauts during his second space flight, an epic long-duration odyssey in which he served at Mir for more than 300 days as a crew member for both the Mir 9 and Mir 10 missions. At the conclusion of his sixth spaceflight in 2005, Krikalev's total career time in space stood at more than 803 days, making him the one individual who has spent more time in space than anyone else. The program of cooperation between the United States and Russia would also reach new heights in the years following the February 1994 STS-60 mission. As part of the Shuttle Mir program, a series of U.S. astronauts maintained a continuous presence aboard the legendary Russian space station for more than 900 days, and the two nations jointly conducted 9 missions in which U.S. space shuttles were docked with Mir to deliver supplies and transfer crew members. And the spirit of cooperation embodied in those first few moments of STS-60 lives on in the shared operations of the International Space Station, where American astronauts and Russian cosmonauts routinely live and work with each other and with citizens of other nations as part of an entirely new chapter in the exploration of space.